Well, Ruben, we're on the eve of the Leeds game. Slightly different scenario here. You're joined by Abu Kamara. What's the situation?
Yeah, we thought as a club that after the last event in the last 48 hours, it was the proper thing to do to come here together with Abu and explain the situation, explain the discomfort from almost everyone with him, give him the platform to explain himself and clarify a couple of things and then move forward from that instead to make 50-50 situation or just hide anything that we don't need to hide. I think life things happens and we need to just take ownership of what we do. Him in his case as after that post and as a club we need to take care of our people. That's why we are here to explain and then to try to move forward as quick as possible.
Well, Abu, the platform is yours.
So obviously I made a comment on one of my friend's posts on Instagram a couple of days ago. I'd say first of all it was a mistake and I probably shouldn't have done that, but I just wanted to express my feelings on how happy I was for him to score his first championship goal. But it was again wrong timing and it sparked a bit of a outroar. So I apologize for my actions.
Were you surprised by the reaction online
Yeah,
to that? Because, in essence, you are commenting on somebody you know well, and somebody that you're close to, and it's a positive message, isn't it?
yeah, I was, to be honest, like I was in bed with my missus and I was seeing a lot of comments and I was just confused as to why I was getting all these messages and I didn't really think much of it, but my agent got in contact with me saying that it was a big problem, so I just thought I need to address it and say there was no malicious intent with my comment. It was just a simple message to my friend on congratulating him with his first goal in the champ.
And I guess that's the nature of football, though, isn't it? It comes on the night of a defeat, a really hard to take defeat for everybody concerned. I guess you just became the fall guy, but that's a wider problem of social media in general, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, but I know I should have done better in that situation. I shouldn't have commented at all and just take it as it comes, really. But again, I do realize my mistake.
Ruben, has it been blown out of all proportion? The fact that obviously Abu's role within the winning goal, the collective team effort for the winning goal against Middlesbrough came under scrutiny. But the fact that the comment afterwards is it been blown up out of all proportion?
I think that my experience with the social media is everything is out of proportion.
It's dangerous, though, isn't
It's
it? It's
it's
a dangerous area.
exactly it is. You need to manage your exposure. Probably not. We as a club, I kind of already be one more month here, but we as a society don't support those things. I know what it means. My wife actually worked for social media, and she has her own platform there, and I've been exposed more than enough into those situations. And I think we don't work enough to create platforms for players like Abu that are starting a professional career in football to manage those moments. And unfortunately, sometimes you need to learn in the hardest way possible, where you, or in his case, he just wants to send a message to a friend. It became a questions about his loyalty to the club, about his loyalty in that action to defend, about his position in the squad, about his involvement with the team, and that's why we are here to answer those questions. But yeah, it's a platform that can be really dangerous if you don't navigate that in the, I will not say in the proper way because nobody knows what does it mean, but it just can't take that kind of comment and put it out of proportion and create situations like this one.
Abu, from a player's point of view, and I've often wondered this, having been abused myself on social media regularly, I often wonder why players are on there, and it's almost like by saying that you are backing down to those that do abuse, but it does make you wonder why players like yourself put yourselves out there to interact with supporters and have those channels open, but then knowing full well that if you make a mistake or something or a perceived mistake from other people, you are going to get hammered, and that it will impact your confidence, your mental health. So I often wonder why players put themselves in that position. What's your kind of feeling on it? Because you've got that right, of course. You're a human being. You should be able to have social media accounts and interact with your friends and your family. But obviously, because you are footballers, people kind of take liberties in some ways.
I feel like social media is almost a way for like people to get insight of our lives and like what we do on a day-to-day basis. So that's all I have to say about that, really.
Yeah. Does it make you think going forward though? Does it make you think actually, is it worth it in terms of being on those platforms?
No, it doesn't make me think that, but this situation has just taught me like you have to be more careful with when you post stuff or what you post. Yeah.
It must be nice though to have the support of your manager.
Yeah, definitely. Like I came in this morning and everyone's just asking how I feel and that. So it's good to know that I can just come into the club and talk to someone if need be.
And the other thing as well, I was going to ask, even before we knew what was happening, I was going to ask you, Ruben, about, I wasn't particularly interested in what you'd commented. My question to you, Ruben, was going to be about how have you handled Abu in the last couple of days, obviously, because there was a lot of criticism from fans about what happened on the football pitch in terms of the winning Middlesbrough goal. How have you kind of dealt with that side of it?
I just spoke to the manager, the staff around the building, and all the players, and they've just told me to just keep my head down and focus on the next game. Don't dwell too much on the mistake that was made. Just focus on what's next to come.
Yeah, and Ruben, in terms of the football side of it, how have you dealt with it?
Well, for me, it's as you say, it's two parts of that. I think that that event has been magnified, but I think when we concede a goal, usually it's a team thing, and I analyze that in the same. So yes, we all can make mistakes. Yes, myself the best, but we need to be able to cover each other. And he plays part of the action because he's on the pitch and he's just playing for us. And the other ones are also part of the action, so we should remove that. As we remove a lot of situations during 93 minutes, and in football, unless it's a very, 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 very clear action where somebody just give a goal away or it's a bad clear action individual, usually the explanation is a team explanation, is not an individual, and then we go into what can he do better in terms of Abu, what can he do, players around, what can we do as a positional before the action starts. So that's what we really address. And for us, it's never personal. It's about how do we get better.